Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to 1minutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about how to use the whole body in the forehand. And I want to explain how the right and left sides of the bodies are connected and how you can use that connection to hit with power and authority, whether you're moving back, whether you're moving forwards, or whether you're in a very comfortable place on the court, because the movements are very different and the requirements of the body are different. And when you understand them, it'll be easy to add power from every situation on the court. The most efficient way for the human body to work is that motion, stress and force is transferred diagonally across the body. Across my back here, I've got what's called the posterior oblique subsystem, and that connects the latissimus dorsi here to the gluteus maximus here. And so power and weight and energy is distributed not down the body, compressing the body, but across the body. And contrarily, across the front of my body is the anterior oblique subsystem. And that connects the pectoral muscles here with the external obliques here. And then by the use of adduction, we'll use the whole body when making a forehand stroke or making a throwing motion. But understanding this, recognizing it, is not really going to help to make better forehands. But if we understand that the posterior oblique subsystem is actually in use when we're moving forwards to a ball, the anterior oblique subsystem is in use when we're moving backwards from a ball, and both subsystems are in use when we're actually hitting the ball in a nice neutral position, then we can start to understand how to apply the whole body to create power from every situation. Let me show you the different situations and the different movements that are required to use your whole body to generate power from every position. If I play the ball in a nice comfortable range here, where I'm taking maybe 1 step, 1.5 steps to a ball, then now both the back and front subsystems are actually engaged. And so all I need to do here is make a rolling motion with the right shoulder. Most of the people watching this video will take the racket back in this position here. And now if you reference my shoulders and then swing through with the shoulders on a neutral plane. Now they want to be on a neutral plane when I go back, but then what I want to do is lower the right shoulder in a rounded movement. So here, back, and I round the movement and through. And now into the stroke here, back, and I round the shoulder and through. See how the right shoulder is dropping significantly below the left shoulder. And then naturally, the energy that I'm creating here, the weight and momentum as I drop, has loaded into the right side, and now naturally it passes into the left side, from the right side to the left side. Now, an easy mistake to make when doing this, when learning it, is to make this drop early here. And now the energy is inert. All of the energy has gone down into the ground. So we go back neutral, and then in the stroke, we make this rolling motion. To get the feel of this, just imagine a circle on the right side of the body here. And I go back to the top of the circle, and now roll my shoulder around the circle and make the stroke. Again, you can see, nice and neutral, upright, around the circle and make the stroke. And both sides of the body are engaged here. The posterior oblique subsystem, the anterior oblique subsystem, all of the large muscles of the body are involved in this motion here. But this is in an ideal situation. What about if we're moving forwards? And if I'm moving forwards here, see how the front of my body, the anterior subsystem, is actually engaged in just controlling my momentum and stopping me. So I can't engage that in the stroke because it's already occupied. But posterior subsystem is totally free. So what I'm going to do now is, as I make the stroke moving forwards, I'm going to try and pull my right leg across the body like so. Let me just show you from here, into position. Once again, it's after the take back, and I go across the body like so. And when I do that, if you practice it now, you'll feel the muscles contracting right across the back and into the glutes. So now I move forwards, I'll split, move forwards, my weight's in the front, and I have balance and control and a very forceful swing at the ball. But what about if there's a deep, high topspin ball? So now I'm going to move back away from the ball. So now my posterior subsystem is actually just receiving the weight of my momentum of my body moving backwards. But the anterior subsystem, the front of my body, is totally neutral and available to create energy. So as I move back in this fashion here, when I make the stroke, instead of just making a rolling motion, what I'm going to try and do is bring my left knee towards the right arm. So I move back into place here, I'm loaded, and now I play the stroke like so. See how I'm closing the space between the right side of the body and the right side of the upper body and the left side of the lower body. And you can see me falling backwards, but I now fall backwards after I've hit the ball. If I don't do this, if I move backwards and play neutrally, see how I'm falling away when I hit the ball. So to recap these three positions, when I'm in a nice, neutral, comfortable position, then I want to go back neutrally, and then I want to trace the circle with my shoulder going down to the bottom of the circle and then up and into the stroke. Neutral, down to the bottom of the circle, and then up and into the stroke. When I'm moving forwards, I want to close the back of my body. So I move forwards and I close the back of my body, bringing the right foot behind the left foot. And when I'm moving backwards, I want to close the space between the front of the body by raising the left knee and contracting the front side of the body. When you do this, you'll be using the whole body when powering the forehand. And from every situation, you can get power and control and make a forceful and dynamic forehand stroke. I hope this makes sense. If you like this idea, check out our book, The Power Solution. This and other ideas are covered comprehensively, and in the book we have very clear illustrations, very good explanations, and everything is linked to YouTube videos, so you can see, watch, and read all of the explanations on how to put power into your game. Or join players in over 40 countries that I'm helping all over the world with one-to-one online coaching. It's a unique service and it really works. For more information on either of these, check out the website or email me. Anterior and posterior oblique subsystem, it can sound very complicated, but it's the natural way that the human body moves. Use these movements, apply them into your game, and you'll be able to attack and counterattack from any situation with your forehand. It'll make your forehand more stable, more powerful, and simply a better stroke. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.